is in Abuja on a two-day official visit. The two leaders who have had a private dinner are expected to attend the opening ceremony of the current session of ECOWAS Parliament on Monday. President Mbalo maintained close relations with the Nigerian leader since coming to power in January 2020. At various times, he attributed his success at the polls and in governance to the enormous support and assistance of President Buhari, and as a mark of honor and appreciation, major road network in Bissau, the nation's capital city, was last year named after the Nigerian president. And the newly sworn-in governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has pledged to demonstrate high sense of transparency, justice and innovation in tackling myriads of challenges confronting the state as he reverses some major decisions taken without due process. Femi Afari-Ogun reports that the party's presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and his running mate, Ifeanyi Okowa, were in attendance at the ceremony.
Global City Stadium was filled to capacity with party loyalists, residents and enthusiasts within and outside Osun State to witness the swearing-in ceremony of Senator Ademola Adeleke and his deputy. Adeleke, who is now the 6th democratically elected governor of Osun State and 10th since creation of the state in 1991, has given 5-point developmental agenda which includes public service, security, health, education, tourism, ICT and youth empowerment as focal point to drive his administration. He, however, gave his first executive orders, thereby reversing some major decisions taken without due process by the immediate past administration of Boyega Oyetola.
Mass employment and appointments were carried out without budgetary provisions for salary payments for the new employees, even when the state was struggling to pay salaries and deliver other services. Various hurried, criminally backdated contracts were awarded, and again without budgetary provisions.
Governor Adeleke solicited the cooperation of the legislature and the judiciary in moving the state forward as he acknowledged the immense contributions of all security agencies in ensuring peaceful transition. The inauguration was witnessed by the national leadership of the People's Democratic Party, including the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and his running mate Ifeanyi Okowa, as well as PDP governors, both serving and past. In Osogbo.
And after about 8 months of suspension of operations of the Abuja-Kaduna standard train services, Minister of Transportation Wazo Jaji Sambo says movement will not start until intending passengers are familiar with the new measures introduced in purchasing tickets. The minister made this known while on an assessment tour from Idu Station in Abuja to Rigasa in Kaduna. Our correspondent Tuminaya Kalu Oka was there.
It was a tour with the Minister of Transportation, Mahazo Jaji Sambo, accompanied by the Minister of Water Resources. It was a smooth ride from Idu Station in Abuja, with stops at the Kubwa and Rigasa stations. The Minister of Transportation, Mahazo Jaji Sambo, says train movement will not start until passengers are educated on the new ticketing guidelines on the use of the national identity number, which is now compulsory.
I want to be cocksure that the guarantee I'm giving Nigerians to use this train is really guaranteed. Secondly, I also want to make sure that the Nigerian public are sufficiently enlightened about the new procedure for buying tickets. You don't buy a ticket unless you have a valid phone number and you have an NIN.
For security measures put in place to prevent recurrence of train attack, the minister had this to say.
I am giving Nigerians full assurance that a human being can give that this train is safe for them to use. There is absolutely nothing to fear. Increased number of security personnel. And I tell you, without mincing words, some of these security personnel may not even be wearing uniform. On every journey, the train is monitored every second on a screen. And the train driver can see up to a certain distance if there's any threat on the track, that will enable him match the brakes long before getting to the perceived threat.
I'm very impressed with what I have seen. I'm convinced that as much as humanly possible, all the short-term or short to medium-term measures have been taken to secure this train, to restore the service.
When the train operations begin, movement will be restricted to just morning and afternoon, and the ticketing fee will be reviewed. The Abuja to Kaduna train was attacked at Qatar, close to Kaduna State, on the 28th of March 2022, with 326 passengers, 23 crew members. 8 passengers were killed, 26 injured, and 168 kidnapped. All kidnapped passengers were released on horse. Oyina Kalu Oka, NTA News.
And the Director General of the National Council for Arts and Culture, Otumba Segun Runshawe, has called for continued harmonious coexistence between Nigerians and Indians. Runshawe made a call during the Diwali celebration organized by the Indian Cultural Association at the International Conference Center in Abuja. Patricia Isamiluba was there.
The Diwali festival, which is held to mark the Hindu New Year, symbolizes the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. Otumba Runshawe, who opined that the significance of the event was instructive, noted that both countries share a lot of similarities.
It's a cultural content of the Indian people. But I'm extremely happy that it's happening here in Abuja, Nigeria. And it has shown that they have special interest in packaging their cultural content with Nigeria.
The Indian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Balab Subramanian, disclosed that this year's celebration coincided with the Indians' Constitution Day, noting that the festival is one of the biggest events in the Indian culture.
We are your largest trading partner. Nigeria is India's largest trading partner in Africa. So, and in all ways, we have very great relations.
President of the Indian Cultural Association, ICA, Abuja, Ramesh, said the event was part of the efforts to showcase the Indian cultural heritage and foster communal spirit among Indians and Nigerians.
So this Indian diaspora will take all Nigerian and Indian community together, and we go to the next level.
While describing the celebration as amazing, Nigerians applauded Indians for flaunting their culture with pride.
Wherever they are, they try to organize themselves to do what they are supposed to do in their hometown.
I see a lot of respect for their culture and tradition. I see a lot of friendliness, and they welcome themselves, and they are so happy that they are together.
Graced by government functionaries, diplomats, friends of the Indian communities, the event featured symbolic lighting of lamps, cultural displays, raffle draws and awards given to sponsors of the event.
It is quite a cultural day here with the Indian community in Abuja, celebrating the day of Diwali. And the message that everyone has been able to put across to us is that we should learn to do the right thing, do the good thing, so that the world at large would live at peace. Patricia Esamiluba, NTA News.
And the government of Nigeria condemns in its entirety the attempted coup d'etat reported in Sao Tome and Principe. This is just as the government says it stands in solidarity with democratically elected government of that country. A statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the federal government urges the good people of Sao Tome and Principe to lend necessary support to the newly elected government of Prime Minister Patrice Trovoada in its efforts to address the challenges bedeviling that country and leverage the gains of democracy for the good of its people. The statement adds that the Nigerian government will continue to support the African Union's position that coup d'etat in Africa will not be condoned. The Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, has commended the partnership between Start Times and the NTA, particularly in the actualization of the digital switchover This was at the 2022 Chinese Film Festival and screening of the movie Moon Man, powered by the Chinese Embassy in partnership with NTA. Star Times' Abdul Salam Jubril reports.
While the relationship between China and Nigeria largely focuses on bilateral trade and technological exchanges, there are other areas too. One of such is in cultural diplomacy that has ensured cultural exchanges between both countries. This movie screening seeks to further strengthen ties between both countries as well as realize the huge cooperation potential for the film industry.
From what we have seen today, it's talking about technology, it's talking also about possibilities, and I think by and large what we have seen is the level that the Chinese has attained in technology, and there is much for us to copy from.
I think the entertainment is most important, and it shows a lot of Chinese culture and how the Chinese guys are living and how they entertain. So I think this is a kind of mutual exchange.
In commemoration of the 2022 Chinese Film Festival, the movie The Moon Man will be aired through movie channels on Star Times and NTA platforms in the coming days. In Abuja, Abdul Salam Jubril, NTA News.
And the 30th edition of the Nigeria Media Merit Award is underway in Lagos with Minister of Information Lai Mohammed and Governor of Lagos State Babajide Sanwo-Olu in attendance. The award ceremony is a platform for rewarding professionals with the view of promoting excellence in journalism. The chairman of the NMMA Board of Trustees, Harun Adamu, told practitioners to see themselves as those who have made sacrifices so that the country can't retain its values. He told recipients to see the award as an incentive to members that they will never walk alone. So far, awards have been given to deserving reporters on the print media covering beats ranging from defense, entertainment and agriculture, with the Nation's newspaper and Guardian newspaper having more representations on the award list. The northern Nigeria entertainment industry needs to adopt use of emerging advanced technology and improve content to reap from the impressive growth in the entertainment business in Nigeria. Now, this view was pressed on by speakers at the unveiling of Northern Entertainment Week aimed at positioning entertainment in the region for global recognition. Correspondent Joseph Otseng reports.
The lights are up shining on the northern entertainment industry to add value to movies and music production to gain global attention and sell better in the international market.
What we're just emphasizing is the North needs to catch up at the level of technology, because you need to package your productions in such a way that it will be world class and then it will be accepted.
If you go to Netflix, for instance, you find movies, Nollywood movies there, but you can't find any Kannywood movie there, meaning they haven't reached the requirements for it.
Northern Nigeria is not just having the largest landscape and population, but also has rich cultural heritage, realtors, and lots of historical antecedents that the entertainment industry can take advantage to produce quality movies and music to catch global attention. The speakers at this unveiling of the Northern Entertainment Week feel major actors in the North have laid back over the years, hindering growth of the business in the region.
Every northerner is a northerner, irrespective of the language you speak, irrespective of your religion. So we have to cut down those dichotomy. That is first. Two, we have to go down to the grassroots. There are a lot of hidden talents.
You need to know who you are, believe in yourself, right? Number two, you need to be liberal.
Nigerian entertainment industry is worth billions of dollars, with Statista Research Center projecting total revenue in the segment to reach $29.35 billion United States dollars in 2022. Unfortunately, the northern entertainment industry is poorly captured in this impressive growth, needing a revival. In Abuja, Joseph Oten, NTA News.
And you're watching the news on Newsline this Sunday. Please don't go away. We'll take some commercials and the news returns presently.
The next PMB Administration Scorecard Series will feature the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mohammed Mahmoud Abubakar. Date Monday, November 28th, 2022. Time 10:30 a.m. Venue National Press Center, Radio House, Abuja. The event will be covered live by NTA, FRCN and VON and streamed on the social media handles of the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Announcer Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia, MNI, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Where's Glory? Excuse me, ma'am. Where's Glory now? They're here.
You don't go village, tell all our customer happy.
Everybody pay attention. See, now Globacom 10x. Now him I they take tension my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credit when I load. Why even me double data join? So with 1.5 when you give on the box, so you they enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data. And I say I never finish you. See, I say we enjoy when I join Globacom 10x. When I go get 1,000 naira welcome credits, you just carry your phone, dial star 777 hash. Glow, you don't win. When I stay here, please, I'm looking for Glow. Please said now Glow be dey fine. Now Glow be dey go. Okay, so
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Globacom 10x. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
It's finally here. The 21st National Sports Festival will kick off Monday, 28th November 2022. 14,000 athletes will be competing for medals in boxing, wrestling, football, cricket, basketball, and many more. Delta 2022, uniting Nigeria, inspiring the next generation. Alhaji Ismail Abubakar, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development. Announcer.
This food is delicious. Can I have my bitters now?
okay.
What is this? Is this my bottle of bitters?
Yes. Any problem?
Any problem? No. I'm not going to take them. I want my yo-yo bitters now.
Darling, but that is bitter.
Look. Let me tell you. When your bitters it is unique in formulation and effective in action. So take this funny stuff away and get me my yo-yo bitters now.
Yo-Yo Bitters is naturally enriched with ingredients that flushes out the body impurities, tackles waist pain, and resolves constipation. It is also fortified with vitamins. Yo-Yo Bitters boosts your body immunity against diseases and free radicals.
Because it is different in formula and action, I don't accept substitute.
Yo-Yo Bitters. Inside out.
It's finally here. The public presentation of the Integrity Club and Zero Tolerance Club operational manual. Watch out as the FCC gives students in Nigerian schools the opportunity and tools to fight economic and financial crimes right from their corners. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on 29th November 2022, launched the operational manual for Integrity and Zero Tolerance Clubs, a guide on the running of the Commission's Integrity Club in primary and secondary schools and the Zero Tolerance Club in tertiary institutions. Special guest of honor, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN GCON. Once again, date is Tuesday, 29th November 2022. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue Model Secondary School, Maitama, Abuja. Our children and youth matter. Let's give them a chance to fight economic and financial crimes even as students.
His Excellency Nyesom Ezewanwike CON, GSSRS, Infrastructure Governor, Life Venture, Governor of River State, cordially invites the general public to the official commissioning of the Police Intelligence and Surveillance Center in Port Harcourt. With this project, the Wike's administration has further strengthened the capacity of security agencies for the protection of lives and property in the state. IGP Usman Al-Kali Baba, CFR, Inspector General of Police, Police will commission the Police Intelligence and Surveillance Center on Monday, 28th November 2022 at Abuja Valley, Eastern Bypass Roundabout in Port Harcourt at 11 a.m. Welcome all invited guests. Announcer Chris Finebone, Honorable Commissioner for Information and Communications.
In the news on Newsline this Sunday from Abuja Network Studios. Now, the Minister of Education, Adamu, says government will continue to prioritize education as a nation-building tool through various intervention projects. Two of such projects, he says, are the Tertiary Education Trust Fund and Petroleum Technology Development Fund, will continue to churn out credible and qualified individuals to provide middle and high-level manpower for industries as well as other sectors of the economy. The minister's message was delivered by the Director of Polytechnics Education, Dr. A.J. Usman, at the 25th Combined Convocation Ceremony and the 45th anniversary of the Federal Polytechnic Ida in Kogi State. Ajibola Christopher was there.
The Combined Convocation Ceremony and anniversary of the Federal Polytechnic Ida, Kogi State, was attended by dignitaries and people from all walks of life. Rector of the institution, Dr. David Danjuma Baba, acknowledged that about 10,000 graduates in all the departments of the school between the years 2018-2019, 2019-2020 and 2021-2022 academic section have fulfilled all academic requirements of the institution for the award of the various degrees.
And urge you to make the most of the knowledge you have gained from this institution to better the nation and represent this institution positively wherever you may find yourself.
The rector also announced that 20 programs have been accredited by the National Board for Technical Education, represented by the Director of Polytechnics Education, Dr. A.J. Usman. The Minister of Education, Adamu, emphasized that the Federal Polytechnic Ida at 45 has achieved the goals of its founders.
The Polytechnic will keep into the National Skills Qualification Framework developed by the National Board for Technical Education, as this will enhance skill development.
4 Nigerians, Abiodun James Faleke, Alhaji Murtala Ajaka, Kingsley Idoko Ilona, and Ambassador Regina Ucheni, awarded fellowship of the institution. Exhibitions from the School of Engineering, which included an electric automobile, keke machine, and a model of a power-generating water turbine were displayed. The ceremony also comprised the launching of 10 projects, including the new administrative building, academic staff multi-purpose hall, dual carriage road, and skill acquisition centers, completed by the rector. From the Federal Polytechnic Ida, Ajibola Christopher, NTA News.
And the Nigerian Police Force has arrested some individuals found to be in illegal possession of voters' cards in some states of the Federation. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, indicates that the police has concluded investigation on one case and handed over the file to INEC, resulting in the successful prosecution of one Nasiru Idris at the Magistrate Court in Sokoto, who was found to be in possession of 101 PVCs, and he has been sentenced to 1 year in prison. Similarly, the police in Kano State arrested a man who was found to be in possession of 367 PVCs. The suspect has been charged to court, and the commission is pursuing his prosecution as well. Meanwhile, INEC is set to come up with detailed arrangement for the collection of the PVCs. Meanwhile, INEC office in Izi, local government area of Ebonyi State, has been set ablaze by yet to be identified armed persons. Although no casualties resulted from the attack, the main building and all movable and immovable items inside it were said to have been destroyed. Those include 340 ballot boxes, 130 voting cubicles, 14 electric power generators, large water storage tanks, office furniture, and yet to be determined quantities of permanent voters' cards (PVCs). A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, notes that the attention of the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies has been drawn to the incident and have commenced investigations. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, has ordered commissioners of police in charge of state police commands to activate the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security with a view to engaging stakeholders in evolving strategies to mitigate threats during the 2023 general elections within their jurisdiction. The IGP in a statement notes that political violence, hate speech, political intolerance, misinformation and political extremism are potential threats to democracy. Therefore, urges all state police commissioners to work in synergy with other members of the ICCEs to reduce occurrence and threats of violence to its bearers with prosecution of violators of electoral laws. Similarly, the IGP enjoins commissioners of police in charge of state commands to ensure strategic deployment of officers and assets, as well as supervise officers from other security agencies scheduled for election duty to ensure the safety of INEC personnel and materials before, during and after the 2023 general elections. The IGP also ordered the distribution of gadgets, anti-riot gear and personnel protective equipment for police officers across the Federation in preparation for the 2023 general elections security management duties. Now, young politicians who aspired for various offices during party primaries ahead of the 2023 general elections are forming a common front across party lines to push for better governance and emergence of a new Nigeria. Now, their target is to have a major stake in the governance process of the country in the next administration. And our correspondent, Timothy Yusuf, has more on this.
Though they are all politicians and one thing in common, the indivisibility of Nigeria, young politicians who have contested for political offices with others on the ballot for various political offices in the 2023 general elections, they want to be taken seriously by the older generation of politicians.
We must not give up on what we started in 2019. We must keep fighting, irrespective of whether we belong to the same political party or not. We must see ourselves as patriots in a battle to reform Nigeria.
The message appears to be getting through to those present at this meeting that younger politicians have a critical role to play in nation building.
All of the struggles that we do today, deep in our hearts, we know that we may not necessarily be the beneficiaries. But even though it's a way or a pathway that we're trying to define for the generations unborn or behind us so that they may have a better Nigeria.
Issue-based and non-violence 2023 general elections remain priority for the youth. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And the People's Democratic Party, the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, has again pledged his support to the creative industry if elected president in 2023 general elections. Now, that was during a roundtable with stakeholders in the nation's creative and cultural and innovative industry held in Lagos. Our correspondent Yabo Waleri was there.
The roundtable is a continuation of the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidates meeting with sectors of the nation's economy in preparation for the country's presidency come 2023. Alhaji Abubakar listened with rapt attention as representatives of the various arms that make up the industry enumerated challenges confronting them in the attainment of greater heights in their choice of career.
The film policy of Nigeria, on a rabbit from back to back, it's amazing. But unfortunately, no government in truth has actually tried to pay enough attention on those documents.
In a frenzy and relaxed atmosphere, Atiku Abubakar was welcomed by classy tunes from Timi Dakoro.
Such as Coronation.
The presidential candidate, who was overwhelmed with the self-assisted innovations that have taken place in the industry after his last meeting with them in 2019, commended their doggedness at forging ahead despite the not too friendly business environment. He described the industry as second to agriculture in the nation's economy.
What we need to do is increase the funding, liberalize the funding process. We have various agencies of government, either as banks or agencies of government that are responsible for all this. We should be able to make it easier to access these funds through those agencies.
The roundtable also provided an opportunity to showcase the presidential candidate's achievements in video clips to the admiration of all. In Lagos, Iyabo Wale Eri, NTA News.
And the new Nigeria People's Party's street-to-street campaign has commenced with more residents of the FCT pledging their support for the party. The FCT Working Committee and senatorial candidate for the party, Mubarak Tijani, who led the campaign, expressed optimism that the party's presidential blueprint will address all key challenges that the nation is currently facing. The free education policy of the NPP, they promised, will put an end to the growing number of out-of-school children, with a promise to boost small micro businesses to drive the nation's economic growth. Now, the Kabusa office of the party was also unveiled during the campaign. Now, the Ministry of Defense has reassured Nigerians of the unwavering commitment of the armed forces in the ongoing fight against insurgency. The Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Salihi Magashi, re-echoed this in a message at the graduation of Army War College Nigeria Course 6 in Abuja. Our defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
Facing different internal security challenges in different parts of the country. To stem these threats, which affect socio-economic activities, the Nigerian military is conducting different internal security operations.
A lot of progress has been made in the ongoing military operations in the northeast, northwest, and indeed other theaters. The federal government on its part is ever committed to supporting the armed forces in the efforts to develop the right set of skills and knowledge of its personnel to be better prepared to tackle security threats that confront us all.
In view of the dynamism and complex nature of these evolving security challenges, the Army is upscaling the capacity of its personnel as a proactive means of combating these threats.
As part of the college training requirements, the participants haven't reviewed the situations on the ground, have developed provisional plans for theaters visited in line with operational planning skills acquired on the course. The review operational plans, which were subjected to strict validations, have been conveyed to the respective theaters for consideration.
The Defence Academy of the United Kingdom values the military institutions in Nigeria and much enjoys its status as a partner of choice in the area of professional military education.
In line with its mandate of producing well-trained, educated and inspired operational level leaders for the Nigerian Army, the Army War College has trained more than 368 personnel since its establishment in 2017. From the Army War College in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
All right, just some teasers from the World Cup in Qatar. Morocco makes first win in the World Cup in 24 years, and Canada bows to Croatia 4-1. For details, let's join our sports crew.
Hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTAI. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile device to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International. Your window to the world.
This is the moment
been waiting. It's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. Go do your winning dance now. So we never lose it again. We can rise up, yes we gon' rise up, Africa rise up. Africa rise up, yes we gon' rise up, Africa rise up.
Now we seem to have gotten our hands on the issues that seem to have made Jennifer's well-rehearsed opening remarks now in a suspense, but she tells me she's ready to go full blast. Jennifer, we're sorry about that. You know, these machines aren't human, so there's nothing we can do about the early hiccups. But you're ready to go full blast, aren't you?
Now, for many, it is a story of persistence and tenacity leading to a dream come true. Others, on the other hand, say the commercial discovery of oil and gas in Kolmani is a lifeline from the Buhari administration that has broken the jinx. This report by Lydia Sampson reveals the palpable excitement at the flag-off of the Kolmani oil field by President Muhammadu Buhari.
It is natural to want to give up after a long search. Often different versions of a different result, depending on who is reporting, can either be discouraging or encouraging. Gratifying is when at the end the desired result is achieved. This encapsulates the story of the search for hydrocarbon in northern Nigeria. Now the narrative has changed, and even the skeptics are applauding government's efforts.
This is indeed significant, considering that efforts to find commercial oil and gas outside establishing Niger Delta business was attempted for many years without the desired outcome. However, the successful discovery of the Kolmani oil and gas field by NNPC and her partners has finally broken the jinx record by confirmation of a huge commercial deposit.
The president's excitement resonates with key players across the country.
Despite the Kolmani River being the territorial demarcation of the borderline between Alkaliri local government area of Bauchi State and Akko local government area of Gombe State, there is no conflict.
Very, very significant, and it will add a lot of value to the economic development of this country.
All our dreams have come true. So I believe this new discovery is a stimulant to national economy. They are happy welcoming this event and this activity to kickstart from this place. So we don't have any issue with the locals. I guarantee you, and I guarantee any investor coming.
So a huge resources is discovered in the northeast, and I believe that will really improve on the economy.
Very historic. It's a sign of integration of Nigerian nation economically and socially.
This is a major stride in the history of the country for us to be drilling oil in the north.
For oil and gas experts, it is an enormous step towards the attainment of energy and food security.
The commencement of drilling of Kolmani fields, which could hold as much as 1 billion barrels of crude oil, will significantly contribute in boosting our oil reserves and ensuring a continuous energy sufficiency.
The singular determination of Mr. President to ensure optimum exploration and exploitation of our natural resources resulted in the discovery of the commercial oil and gas deposit in the Kolmani prospect in April 2019.
We are committed and capable
of delivering on the expectations of over 200 million Nigerians.
For people of Barambu and the neighboring communities, it is simply a new dawn that will ensure a better future for their children.
Wow, great development indeed. Now, some say the lack of affection, care, and hope which they received from their homes and they didn't also receive in good measure informed their decision to go into the streets, and subsequently some of them are termed area boys in Nigeria. Others say they were attracted to the streets by high expectations. These categories of individuals have been on the streets suffering starvation, deprivation, and abandonment with no hope for the future until a social and behavior change initiative came to their rescue. Leko Agbonde interacted with some of these ex-street kings and queens during a mentoring session with former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta, Ogun State.
Some of the ex-street kings and queens try to control their emotions while recalling how they survived in the streets, putting their lives in danger. They, however, appreciated the Eco Inspire Me project for giving them second chance.
I'm a conductor once sometimes, and I might say in driving now, but I'm just living the driving.
I'm hustling, I'm hugging pure water. From there, I wash clothes from people. From there, I do any kind of things I know comes my way. I also sing, I compose songs. So that's what I'm doing for now, for living.
Sharing his past life experiences, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, during the mentoring session with his guests, say
they also know when something snapped in their life and what went wrong. So the process of rediscovering themselves must start with themselves.
Worried by the street boys uprising in Lagos, the international African female talking drummer Aralola Olamuyiwa says she launched a Co-Inspire Me project as part of her intervention initiatives to take area boys and girls off the streets of Lagos.
The idea was birthed. I said to myself, what can I do to help these people on the streets? I'm a mother. My son is 14 years old, and I see my son in most of them, the way I relate with them. The Inspire Me Academy, we intended by God's grace to run throughout the year, where they can walk in and access information on how to better their lives.
Overwhelmed by their new lifestyles, the ex-kings and queens later shared pictures with former President Olusegun Obasanjo and other guests.
Care, mentorship, and empowerment can transform lives indeed. Now, street begging is a booming industry on the sidewalks of major roads in Nigeria. Young children are the major workforce, and ban on the act by various state governments is not serving as deterrent as people continue with this vice, hounding passers-by for arms, with Benin City as a case study. Obehi Otobo Aprese is investigating the socio-economic impact of street begging.
Every major road in Benin City is a potential location for this noticeably rising number of dependents on strangers and passers-by. The news crew ventures into one of their major locations, the Mission Road. It is one of the busiest locations in Benin and a den for street beggars. Close interaction reveals, while a few are disabled and old, the majority are women with very young children. Sadly, the area has also been infiltrated by shady characters like 22-year-old Osaro, who discloses he is an ex-convict.
How long have you been on the street surviving on your own?
I didn't just put mine in the year, but it's very long. I have been in the prison too. Hey, look at my face.
Is this how my mother born me? Only you, by me looking at me, say, coming to you, madam, I need help. You first of all be afraid of me first.
This is the oldest Catholic church in Benin Metropolis. It is also the seat of the Archbishop of Benin Metropolitan See. All major activities in the church ought to take place in this religious center. But this is not the case. The entrance to the church premises has been taken over by street beggars.
It's even better now, but if you come here on Sunday, the whole place is blocked. We have been trying as much as we can to ensure that they are removed, but you cannot stand in front of the church. They mess it up, they litter it with feces.
Apart from the security risks, many residents are unhappy with the massive waste that litter roads from the activities of street beggars. It is indeed worrisome.
When people are when they are inside their vehicle, instead of allow them to the vehicle to stop, they will hang on top of the vehicle. Even one or two I have injured in my presence.
Some go even run that road. Now, only God know how many motor jam a day.
Children are supposed to go to the school, but they are on the street begging.
Why is government not enforcing the ban on street begging?
There are processes before final force is used, which we know as the enforcement. First, there are notices served, and there are also sometimes, if we require engaging the people to discuss, the government do that to make sure that everybody is carrying along before the final application of force to make sure that there is law and order.
The consensus here is every citizen counts, and government must rise up to the challenge of initiating a solution.
It is important that children are given better lives. Street begging exposes them to many ills and robs them of education too. So what brands are doing? Christmas came early for star prize winners of 3-bedroom houses and brand new Kia Picanto cars in the Globacom ongoing Festival of Joy promo, an annual rewarding designed to put smiles on the faces of Globacom's teaming subscribers. This new set of lucky winners, drawn from Port Harcourt and Benin City, South Nigeria, received their prizes during the week amidst joy and appreciation to the telecom giant. Joy Uzo witnessed the presentations.
The 2022 edition of Globacom Nigeria Limited Festival of Joy promo is indeed spreading joy nationwide as some subscribers emerged winners of amazing prizes with houses and cars topping the list of items won. Just recently, the train dovetailed to Port Harcourt, River State and Benin City in Edo State, where one Mr. Olawonifari, an engineer, won a 3-bedroom bungalow. Harrison Enakpomo, an accounts clerk, also carted away a brand new car.
From around 1 o'clock they called me till now. I've only slept 30 minutes because of the excitement. I'm so excited.
I have my own house anyway, but there is a urgent need for me to move out of that premises because of some funny thing happening around us. Myself and my wife, in the night we woke up some 2 months ago, we prayed that God should move us out of this place. Here we are today. That prayer is a reality.
Other lucky Glow subscribers are also partakers of the Glow Festival of Joy promo, as the one sewing machines, power generating sets and rechargeable fans. The winners, drawn from Rivers and Edo in the South, are grateful to Glow for maintaining its high standard of integrity and excellence.
A Nigerian old student of the University won the first house. This is the first house I'm given in Port Harcourt. There are other 3 houses available in Port Harcourt. The job will spread into the new year with other prize presentation events to be held in other locations.
I commend them, and I'm also recommending to other businesses, even multinationals, beyond the communication companies in Nigeria. They should be able to do something like this because you don't leave everything for government.
More lucky winners expected this week and beyond from other locations within the country. New and old subscribers stand the chance of winning the outlined Gidigba prizes when they dial the promo code *611#.
Festival of joy indeed. We'll take a break now. Newsline will continue shortly.
Divide us, and absolutely nothing will divide us. In our togetherness lies our strength. Our diverse nature beautifies us. Yes, we may not agree socially, politically, and culturally. Not even our ideological, religious, or ethnic differences lead to bloodshed. Let us draw a leaf from the painful reality of our recent history and give dialogue and negotiation a chance. Let us support our gallant men and women of the armed forces, symbol of our national unity. One people we are, have been, and always will be. Nigeria is my country, your country, our country. Let us keep her together in peace and unity.
As a chef, every O1 day na opportunity to show say you sabi, especially when another chef wan show herself. Na im party start o. Egbami, why these people no like my food? Na food everybody dey chop. Wetin dis woman put for her food? Everybody, even Yetunde, my girl, comot for here. Make I no lie, her food sweet o.
Because new Genomax chicken flavor get herbs of nature and taste boosters. Your food na oyato aduniga o.
Me, I don upgrade to Genomax chicken flavor. Oyato aduniga.
Now, for an exclusive fragrance experience, try Nivea Men Deep Impact Body Lotion. With a long-lasting woody fragrance, deep moisture, and a fresh skin feel. Make an impact with Nivea Men Deep Impact. Nivea Men, it starts with you.
Everyone loves Jara, and every pack of Maggie Star 100 cubes now comes with 5 extra Maggie cubes just for you. Look out for the new Maggie Star pack to get your own Jara inside. Maggie, cook the difference.
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
Every healthy family needs the right amount of energy to start their day, but sourcing for breakfast splendid blend of nutritious multigrains? Big wahala. With the new Kellogg's Gold Grain cereal, you don't have to go through all of that. So now, your mornings can look like this.
Go, 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 Gold Grain. Love the goodness of its multigrain. With protein and creamy tasty Kellogg's Gold Grains.
With vitamins and minerals in Kellogg's Gold Grains.
Go, 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 Gold Grains. Love the goodness of its multigrain.
Kellogg's Gold Grain is a breakfast cereal fortified with vitamins and minerals from the goodness of multigrains like maize, guinea corn, rice, and soya. Kellogg's Gold Grain.
I'm back. A total number of 153 students have successfully become the first graduates of the Admiralty University, Ibusa, Delta State. The Chancellor of the University and Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubeiru Gambo, describes the Ivory Tower as a breeding ground for excellence. Tessie Coker witnessed the maiden convocation ceremony for Newsline. The surroundings of the Admiralty University was actually prepared to host the guests expected for the maiden convocation ceremony. The blue and white color, which has come to be identified with the Navy, adorned the surroundings and the ambience. With this, the event commenced. Procession by the academics signaled the commencement of the ceremony. Chancellor of the Admiralty University and Chief of Naval Staff and Vice Chancellor of the university believed the graduates have been adequately trained to become problem solvers in the society.
The Nigerian Navy sought an institution that mirrors fundamental, impartial, and timeless values. One of the objectives of the university was to produce graduates that can deal with all kinds of righteous problem-solving attitudes.
Governor Kora was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Patrick Uka. One of Nigeria's finest entrepreneurs and business mogul, Tony Elumelu, delivered a keynote address.
Good leader, to do better in everything we find ourselves. What about Delta? And I think what I saw in the just like that we continue to support you.
Among the graduates, 24 made first class, 74 second class upper division, 52 second class lower division, while the overall best student of the 2021-2022 academic section, Ape Tehemba Moses, got 5 prizes.
I would want to help to monitor the Nigerian cyberspace and then also protect the Nigerian citizens.
Honorary degrees were awarded to distinguished personalities who have made impacts. Prior to the convocation day, a Founders Day lecture was put together where papers were delivered. Vice Admiral Zubeiru was installed Chancellor and was also conferred with an honorary degree. The institution's e-library also received donations of books from a US-based professor. The event also witnessed the inauguration of a new academic building and tree planting, among others. Admiralty University of Nigeria, ADUN, is a Nigerian university established by the Nigerian Navy, contributing to national development. Go and make great impact. Now to Nigerian Breweries PLC. Now, Nigerian Breweries PLC has empowered 472 youths and women through its skills acquisition program across 6 locations in Nigeria and presented them with starter packs to help them establish their own businesses. This is part of the company's corporate social responsibility to create jobs and wealth in Nigeria. Joseph Osun takes us through this one.
This empowerment program simply speaks to the conception that government is not the main employer of labor, but the private sector. 472 youth and women have now completed the journey to becoming entrepreneurs, financially independent, and employers of labor themselves, courtesy of Nigerian Breweries PLC. They have acquired skills in fishery, beads making, hairdressing, solar panel installation, mobile phone repairs, fashion design, and marketing, among other trades, from centers in Lagos, Abuja, Ota, Kaduna, Enugu, and Awo, Omama.
It will go a long way in our lives, and it's a very unreserved, very rare one, and we promise to maximize this opportunity and go out there to make you proud.
For the past 12 weeks, I've been able to do meat pie, egg roll, sausage roll, different type of cakes.
They have done very well to empower our people.
They just came to me, wrote to me, said I should nominate our youth. And I spread it across all the 5 villages I have.
I hope that the students and beneficiaries of this program would make very good use of this empowerment program.
For the management of the company, the initiative is just its way of winning big with Nigerians who are also the mainstay of the business.
We've seen people who were practically unable to take care of themselves now being able to fend for themselves and their family members.
And all the great work, time, and effort and investment they put in the last 12 weeks has been a great one. So they should not go and sleep.
Nigerian Breweries PLC Empowerment Program was launched in 2019, and so far the company says 1,299 women and youth from host communities and other locations across the country have benefited from the empowerment initiative.
Great move there. On Newsline, we love stories. Now, just like the saying that once in a while, in the middle of an ordinary life, love gives you a fairy tale. It played out as one of the blue bloods of Ilorin Emirate, Mahmoud Mohammed, son of the Special Assistant to the Minister of Defense on Media and Publicity, Muhammad Abdul Qadri, tied the nuptial knot with his heartthrob, Sekina Jato, in the presence of family, friends, and dignitaries from within and outside the country. Olajide Bello captured the memorable moment for Newsline.
Ceremony of Prince Mahmoud, who is the great-grandson of the 8th Emir of Ilorin, Oba Abdul Qadri Dambawa, fulfilled the Emirates' marriage cultural and traditional rites, significantly traditional migration by the groom within the metropolis, and his triumphant return spiced up the ceremony. The popular royal dance by Prince Mahmoud requires a unique dancing step. The residence of Muhammad Abdul Qadri in Ilorin played host to dignitaries from the Ministry of Defense, the judiciary, representatives from the military and other top government and traditional institutions, including the chief imam of Ilorin, Sheikh Soliu Muhammad, were on ground to witness the Walimat of Mahmoud Muhammad as part of the marital rites. Sheikh Suleiman Damboronu emphasized the need for Muslims to place premium on training their children with the knowledge of the Quran as a way of building a God-fearing and upright society. Based on Muhammad Abdul Qadri's pedigree as a former defense correspondent with the Nigerian Television Authority and currently the Special Assistant to the Minister of Defense on Media and Publicity, the event had an array of dignitaries, including the first and second citizens of Kwara State, Governor Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak, and his deputy Kayode Alabi. The grooms and bride's parents made their grand entry into the adorned reception hall. The rainbow of the couple lit the hall as their train arrived.
She's a cool-headed girl, very lovable, very calm, and very understanding.
God-fearing is handsome. A woman wants in a man.
Other family members and dignitaries gave useful recipes for a happy home.
I want to advise the new couple to tolerate each other's differences.
Show care to one another, and above all, to show trust.
They must appreciate each other.
The husband needs to manage the wife, and the wife also needs to manage the man.
They must understand that it is about them.
The father of the groom thanked Almighty Allah for him to witness the wedding, which he would have loved his late wife to also be present to witness.
Mahmoud has been groomed to become a groom by our own peaceful, progressive, and prosperous marital home.
I pray to God Almighty to guide them, be with them.
The father made his dream come true with the Fuji musician adding glitz and glamour to the occasion. Fuji musician adding glitz.
Okay, I like the part where the father said Mahmoud has been groomed to be a groom. That's a very good point. We wish them happiness and all the joy they can think of. Now to another interesting story. It was a new dawn and a new beginning in Katagum, Emirate, a beginning that symbolizes hope for the people of the second largest emirate in Bauchi State. Mahmoud Mohammed reports that Azare, the headquarters of Katagum local government area, stood still for the coronation of His Royal Highness Umar Farouk II as the 12th Emir of Katagum.
This is Azari in the morning of the coronation of the 12th Emir of Katagum, and many are here to keep a date with history. Last time people here witnessed the coronation of an Emir was 41 years ago. Therefore, the atmosphere is electric and everyone is excited. The era of His Royal Highness Umar Farouk II is giving the people hopes for a prosperous future.
Confidence that your Royal Highness will bring a lot of knowledge and experience to surmount the challenges of your new office. Although traditional rulers have not been given specific functions by the Nigerian Constitution, the role they have been playing in the socio-economic and political development of Katagum, Emirate, and the nation must be acknowledged.
Proud, we are happy, we welcome the whole of Nigeria here.
Our people are surging from all of, everybody has abandoned whatever they were doing. Their trade, their businesses from Abuja, Lagos, London, everywhere is moving to Admiralty.
A major event in Katagum, Emirate, and I could remember in 1981, his father was given the same staff of office here in Azare.
As a watershed in the history of the Emirate, that their new leader will lead them to the advancement of the 21st century and also bring prosperity to their land.
May the reign of the new emir be prosperous. Congratulations to another coronation. Indigenes as well as guests had the rare opportunity of witnessing what was last seen 51 years ago in Jamari local government area of Bauchi State. Mahmoud Mohammed reports that it was the dawn of a new era in the over 200 years history of Jamari Emirate.
It's a new dawn in Jamari Emirate in Bauchi State, and this jubilant crowd said it all. Jamari Emirate is one of the 5 emirates in Bauchi State with a first-class emir. As one of the flag bearers of the Sokoto Caliphate, the Jamari Emirate has upheld the teachings of Islam in its tradition, including the coronation of an emir as shown on this day on the coronation of the 10th emir of Jamari, His Royal Highness Nuhu Ahmad Wabi. With a call to harmonize traditional institution with modernity, Governor Bala Muhammad congratulates the new emir.
Based on his pedigree and precedent as an administrator, I'm confident that Alhaji will fill the large shoes of his father and provide the leadership required to take the Emirate to higher heights.
The new emir makes his first speech, promising to lead his people on the right path.
The members of the Emirate Council, villages, ward heads, and the other people of the Emirates to give me their maximum cooperation. I will welcome advices and corrections where necessary in the discharge of my responsibility.
It was a memorable day for the people coming after months he was appointed to the throne.
that we're not only going to meet people's expectation, but we're going to exceed people's expectation. Going, judging by the background, the new area that I'm just giving.
It's already started exhibiting the caliber he possesses. Right from the time he ascended the throne up to now, there are a lot of changes, positive changes that we're experiencing.
Emir Ahmed Nuwabi served with the Bauchi State government and retired as permanent secretary in 2016.
Congratulations to the new emir and the community. We'll go on another break. We'll be back.
It's your time.
The new show.
You're not driving?
I prefer to walk today.
Auntie, listen, I scored 2 goals yesterday.
You? Hot potato? Playing football now? I swear. I think your slow motion daughter dancing. Since when? Cynthia, is everything okay? Your husband now prefers walking instead of driving? Your son is playing football and your daughter is dancing energetically. Since when? Since we started enjoying the new Freshio drinking yogurt. New Freshio?
Yes, new Freshio, a good source of vitamins A, B6, B12, D, and Z that keeps you active and refreshed. Listen, you talking? This one. New Freshio, nutritious goodness every day.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Protected and fresh. Protected and fresh. Take a picture.
Protected and fresh. Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Very happy to announce to you that right now you are one question away from our grand prize of 10 million naira. Are you a beer drinker?
I don't do beer. I only drink trophy lager.
How many honorables does trophy lager refresh yearly?
Are you still with us? Yes. The correct answer is D.
D, final answer?
Yes, final answer, D.
D is correct! And millions of honorables can't be wrong.
Like a bird needs wings to fly, you need skills to be productive. No matter the level of your education, IPF can train you to acquire skills in areas like mechatronics, metal machining, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, information and communication technology, ICT, culinary art, and agriculture. Acquire a skill and transform yourself from being unemployed to becoming even an employer. Be a valuable Nigerian youth. Say no to unemployment and poverty. Industrial Training Fund, developing the nation's human resource.
Black. It's not dark. It's bright. Black is bold. Black is every color all together. My thing, your thing, our thing mixed together. Black shines bright.
Do not like overconfident women.
Don't touch me without my permission.
I'm a playful guy and I do get carried away sometimes.
You are selfish, manipulative, and you are a narcissist.
That's all I've done for you.
What have you done for me? She called me Barry.
You know my mom doesn't know any better, right?
You say that now, but then when you see your mother, you start to act like you're a dead body dog. You were supposed to be more careful.
I've been.
Clearly not enough.
Welcome back. A new music sensation is on the block, ready to make tremendous impact in the nation's entertainment industry. Elizabeth Omoruyi was at the launch of her extended play titled Also Me, where she thrilled her fans with her genre of music, Afropop, with a fusion of hip-hop and highlife. Who is she? Elizabeth will tell us about this new entrant on stage.
Now that you got me, what you gonna do about it? Say that you want me, what you gonna do about it?
Since her debut at the 2022 celebration, the vision became clearer for Rotella. With her arts, she proves that music is a thing.
Patricia Agada from Kogi State, an economist, a music sensation, is determined to live her African dream through her songs.
I started exploring with creating music and found out that this is something I'm good at and I want to get better at. So I've enjoyed the process so far. My EP, I wrote all the songs and somehow co-produced them. So it's something I'm willing to explore more.
No stopping now. She takes on this highly competitive industry with her unique skills at this official launch.
Let the fire burn, light up the block, light up the speaker, man.
For parents, particularly her father,
leaving the hospitality sector for the creative industry is a tough call.
I support what you're doing, and I encourage every parent to allow their children to will that will help them. Encourage them to do it.
Just be you. Don't try to be someone else.
Her music is very, should I say, intercontinental. It's given us Jamaican, it's given us Nigerian. Yes, I think she will go very far.
The evening also featured performances from some of Nigeria's finest entertainers. Our extended play, Also Me, has 4 tracks.
All I'll say is watch out for her. She's a star already. The first ever United Nations World Tourism Organization conference may have come and gone, but the host, Nigeria, dutifully saw to it that memories from the 3-day event linger for a long time in the minds and recollections of those lucky enough to have attended. While guests led by the Secretary General of the organization, Zurab Pololiskashvili, caught glimpses of African hospitality at the National Theatre, venue of the conference, a gala night for the conference turned out to be a never-to-miss icing on the cake. Adeni Taiwo is standing by to give us juicy details from the gala.
After oracles of culture in diverse forms and genres, Nigerians have never shied away from flaunting their rich heritage in art, culture, and tourism. So, it was indeed Nigeria to the world at a gala night put together as part of the United Nations World Tourism Organization's 2022 conference in Lagos. It was a night when all the elements came together under the blazing light and the flowing rhythm of the drums to project Africa as one great cultural mosaic before a global audience led by the Secretary General of the organization, Zura Pololiskashvili. Spirits of many great African legends, including late Fela Anikulapo Kuti and Victor Olaiya, were invoked at the gala with the reenactment of their works through compelling and contemporary stories that thrilled the audience. Having spent about 5 years in Nigeria, Consul General of South Africa in Lagos is no stranger to Nigerian culture. Yet, like many others overwhelmed by the colorful cultural presentations, he believes Nigeria has indeed acquitted herself well in the eyes of the entire world.
It's an opportunity to show the world about the tapestry of different cultures. It is only through these initiatives that we can be able to understand each other and strengthen social cohesion.
It doesn't come easy when you have events of this nature. It says a lot. It gives Nigeria a positive image, out there.
This means that a global brand is identifying with Nigeria. It's recognizing Nigeria as the cultural melting pot of Africa.
Then came the awards in 3 categories. Man of the moment, Nigeria's Information and Culture Minister, Lai Mohammed, and the Secretary General of UNWTO on hand to present the awards to deserving individuals and organizations for their exploit in culture, tourism, and creativity.
This is particularly for the work that we did as a committee, advising the government on measures that can be taken or need to be taken to protect and support the creative sector, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond.
It's also a spur for me to put in more, to encourage a lot of young people out there too as well, to see that the career choices you make in the creative field, they are not in vain.
With a growing reputation for ruling the world in Afro music, Nigeria, through the culture minister, was not going to miss an opportunity to get the world to buy into the nation's trending exports in music.
Nigeria to the world, indeed. Now, it's common for people to mourn whenever death occurs. But when those tears roll down cheeks like a pool of ocean water, then the personality involved must be an asset to humanity. This is a story of octogenarian Rebecca Oyiridia Usi, whose death has remained a big loss for many that benefited from her benevolence and act of charity at Ameze, Ishiago in Ebonyi State. Kanayo Okoro is standing by to tell the story of this Amazon for Newsline.
After going through the ugly side of life as a widow that lost her poor husband early in life and was constantly denied a home to stay and raise her children, one would think that Mrs. Rebecca Uridia Ose, who conquered hunger, lack of access to quality medical services to produce a medical doctor and an entrepreneur, among others, who ask for endless merriment. But on the contrary, she had only one major request from the children, which was never to allow anyone around them go through the same ordeal. In fulfillment of this mandate, the son of the deceased, Dr. Gideon Chidebre Osei, instituted annual medical outreach for his community and neighboring communities, with that of 2022 being more elaborate, as it was part of activities to celebrate the initiator of the program, late Mrs. Rebecca Olidie Osei, during her burial at Ameze Ishiago Ivokasu area of Ebonyi State.
She taught us to be honest, to be sincere, to be human. She taught us to love, to be kind, and to forgive. I've continued to do free medical care. I've continued to provide scholarship to indigent students. And I've started now to build houses for those who cannot.
She's a very beautiful singer, an amazing dancer, and a very kind woman. She taught me what humanity really means. You don't really need to be rich. You can give, provide, and impart in people's life with the little that you have.
We have to learn from her. Knowing that the octogenarian who died
May her dear soul rest in peace. Now, this is where we'll end today's episode of Newsline. Thank you for being a part of it. Keep a date with us next week. And don't forget that the fastest and easiest way to becoming a star is to connect with NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Good night and God bless.